You're in the kitchen, eating good, in the neighborhood with Chef Erica. So come and have a seat. And let's get started. Hey ladies, let's talk before we even get started cooking. The holidays just left. Our pockets is a little dry. But what I done for you today is bring you an affordable plate that you can cook at home under $20. So let's get started. What I bought today was some boneless chicken thighs. Very cheap, only $4.29. This can feed up for a family. Now you don't have to use this, but I did buy some thin cut steaks. Really good. What we're making is shish kebabs. So ladies, we're making shish kebabs, and so we need a side. So you can make anything with the shish kebabs, but today I'm using yellow rice and corn. I'm putting these two together with some vegetables. So today, I like fresh vegetables. Fresh vegetables always give a better taste, a cleaner taste. Now, if you don't have the money and you can't afford it, that's okay. It's all right, sugar. Use some herbs, some dry herbs, and dry herbs work the same way. But I just like my fresh vegetables and dry herbs at the same time, as you can see. So today we have some avocado. We have a yellow onion, a green pepper, and a red pepper. You can use a orange pepper. You can use whatever. You can use vegetables like tomatoes, or you can use cucumbers on your shish kebab, or even in your side. So today, what I'm seasoning our side is we got pepper, we have chicken seasoning, steak seasoning, hamburger seasoning, and you probably were asking why this food had hamburger seasoning. But you know what's the secret? You can use the hamburger season with the steak season, and it gives you this delicious bite. A little bit of spice, but not too much, or not being too nice. And then we're using some pepper, some salt. We're going to use some paprika, and we're going to use some parsley at the very end. So you don't need that right now. So we're going to take the parsley out. This is at the very end, ladies. And then to boil our water, we're going to use some cube chicken broth. Now, you can use the cube chicken broth. Sugar, my pockets was tight. So the pack of chicken broth was 69 cents. So that's why I bought that. But you can use the liquid kind too. It works just the same. So let's get started. All right, ladies. So we're finna start preparing the shish kebab. So before we do the shish kebab, make sure you wash your hands, lady. All the men and the women like a good cook and a clean cook. All right. So what we're using today is chicken again, steak, green pepper, red peppers, and yellow onions. So with that said and done, what you're going to do first is you're going to prepare your steak because you want it to marinate. You need to at least make it marinate for at least an hour. Okay, so I always do this the day before, so my food and my meat can be marinated before I start the prepping work. So what you're going to do, you're going to get a plastic bag, as so, 2 of them or 3, whatever you need. And you're going to, I'm going to use today is white Zinfandel. White Zinfandel or any kind of wine will be good with your steak. But I'm going to put the wine into the bowl. And on top, so you're going to do just 2 tablespoons of wine. 2. Okay? And like I told you, next we're going to use the oil. We're going to use a half a cup of oil. What happens with the oil, the wine, and the water, it mixes together. Once you mix it and let it sit, it joins together. But if you have, when it's just oil and water, it spreads apart. But this is going to join it together. So we're going to do half a cup of oil. And this is a half a cup of oil. As you can see how it's spreading apart. But once we put our mixing stuff together and put it in the bag with our meat, it's gonna join right together. We're gonna use, now I'm eyeballing it, ladies, because like I told you, I've been doing this for a long time. We're gonna use our steak seasoning. We do like 3 tablespoons of this. And then you wanna do 1 tablespoon of your hamburger seasoning. And then you wanna do maybe a pinch. And when I say a pinch, ladies, if you don't want your mouth hot, you might want to do a pinch. This is a pinch of the red peppers. Oh, another thing. When you're doing shish kebabs, ladies, always, always, always wet your sticks. Or you're doing wood sticks, you always soak them for maybe 35 minutes to 45 minutes. Because you want it to have the moisture on the sticks, because what happens is if you're putting it in the oven, you're putting it on the grill, you're putting it on a flat top, it's gonna burn your sticks, and you don't want burned sticks when you're serving it. So always make sure you soak your wood sticks and wrap them up so you keep the moisture inside. All right, so let me get my spoon, and we're about to start mixing this up. So we're mixing it up, all of this being put it together. You ain't gotta mix for long, but just mixing it all together. So now we need to prepare the chicken. Like I told you, it's boneless chicken. So what you're gonna do, have your bowl. And please, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure your bowl is like this, not plastic, because you hold a lot of germs in a plastic bowl. So even if you think you're cleaning it out and you're scrubbing it out, it's always leaving bacteria in it, and you don't want anybody sick. So always make sure you can hear this, because if you can hear that, you got the right bowl. So what you're gonna do is put your chicken into your bowl, and then you're gonna add maybe 3 tablespoons of this. You're gonna use your pepper. You're gonna use some salt. And the measurement, being a cook, ladies and gentlemen, it's no right or wrong. It's all to your taste buds, okay? And then the paprika, just for coloring. That's what the paprika for. It gives a little spice, a little taste, because it's pepper. But it's not hot. It's really more for show and color. And if you want to do this, my son loves hot food. My stomach can't take it, boo. My son can, but he is 14 years old. That's why he can do it. But me, I can't. But I'm just gonna put a little bit just for satisfy his thoughts. Again, a little pinch of this. Just a little bit. You don't want to over spice it. And you're just gonna mix it together. And like I told you, ladies and gentlemen, you always gonna keep your 2 bags, boo. 2 bags, 2 plastic bags. And it's the same thing with this. Putting it in the bag. Not putting it in the refrigerator once you put it in the bag. Keeping it in room temperature. Because you want to make sure that your meat don't cook faster outside than it cooks in the inside. That's why you're keeping it room temperature. So everything is the same. Cook evenly. Okay? So we're going to put that to the side. Put that in. And now we're finna get ready to start making our shish kebab. Alright, so we're working on these shish kebabs today. And I'm going to show you how to make one. So like I told you, always make sure your sticks are have moisture, and you're going to wrap them like I always say. So now we're going to pull one of our sticks out, as so. And you can start with either one. You can start with the vegetables first, or you can start with your meat first, or you can mix it all together. But today, I'm going to start with my vegetable, and then I'm going to keep switching back and forth, okay? So, as so, stick, vegetable. Push it down. Make sure there's enough for hand room so you can hold the shish kebab. You don't want to put it so low that it's like this and it's hard to hold. I don't think your company or the people that's eating will like that. They want to be able to hold that shish kebab. So then I'm going to do my chicken. Next, my chicken is a little squirmy. I don't know why. Then I'm gonna do my red pepper. Then I'm gonna do my steak. And then I'm gonna do another vegetable. Now you can change it up. You can do your onion. Then you can do your steak. Then you do your chicken. Then your red pepper. Because what you're trying to do, ladies and gents, you're trying to get rid of this, these vegetables and this chicken. Again, green onion, regular onion, yellow onion, your chicken. Now you want to make sure you push it down so you give it enough of room so you can be able to put a good amount on it. And now at the top, it can be anything. It can be like tomato on the top to make it fancy and dancy, or you can do you can put broccoli on here. You can use any vegetables, any meat is your desire, or you can use all vegetables, because trust me, we have a lot of vegetarians and vegans out there. So trust me, I didn't forget about y'all. So just letting y'all know that it's not always about the meat, is you have the choices to do other stuff with your shish kebabs. So it's just not just meat. And I like to clarify that, because when you think about a shish kebab, you think about, oh, this meat and stuff. No, honey, you can go even cheaper if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, because the vegetable is super cheap and it takes less time to prepare. So I'm getting all this on here as much as I can. Oops, they're breaking. Okay. They're breaking. What is going on? They're breaking. They don't want to stick on my stick. Alright, almost done. Try to put the last bit of meat on. That don't want to stay, so forget about it. So I put the last bit of meat on. Now, if I had like a tomato, or if I had some, actually, you know what? You can even make shish kebabs out of fruit. You can grill fruit. Healthy lovers, when you don't want no meat or vegetable, you can do with fruit. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, you can. So if I had something to top it off, I could have put anything, like I said, a tomato on there, but I don't. But I'm gonna put a green onion on it to top it off. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how your shish kebabs supposed to look at the end. Now this shish kebab right here is for vegetarian. I don't have any fruit ones, but if you want me to do a video on a fruit one, I am glad to, and do it on the grill. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about done. We're almost there to taste that good old food I'm making. So we're gonna do the sides now. Like I told you, we're gonna do yellow rice, corn with some onions, some red pepper, and our key is this. Oh, delicious chicken broth. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take our chicken broth, 2 of them, and you're gonna put it in your boiled water. Let me tell you about this boiled water. I've been boiling this water since I started recording, and it's been a hot minute, but now we're here. So we're gonna take your 2 cubes, and you're gonna put it in your boiled water. Make sure your boiled water you put, if you want to know how much boiled water, maybe 1.5 cups. And if you need more water, definitely add it little by little, slow by slow. So take another cup and just put it little by little, not too much, slow by slow. And what you're gonna do with that is let the water boil with your chicken cubes so you can get this awesome flavor. The flavor is outstanding. So I'm putting that in the water so it can melt. If I can get it open. Okay. So just put the cubes in there. You're gonna get this faithful stick, and you make sure You stir it around because you want to make sure that the chicken broth is melting or dissolving in the hot boiling water. And make sure, guys, before you put your chicken broth in the water, make sure it's in on a good broth. You can see a good ball. So mine is melting or dissolving, whichever one you want to say. And the next thing I'm going to do is put my onions, yellow onions in it. Now, let me tell you something about onions. A lot of people do not like onions. First of all, my son hates onions. But what you do with the onions, you cut them up so tiny that they can't even tell that it's in there once it starts cooking. Now, if you got people that likes onions and they like to eat onions, make them as big as you want. But when you have people that hate onions and you want to put onions in your food, you can either use onion salt, onion pepper, or you can just use regular onions. But make sure they're really fine as you can get it. So I'm putting it in my pot. Give that a little stir. My next thing I'm putting in is red pepper. And you want to make sure it's cut pretty fine. Drill lots, really, really small pieces, not too big. Let me show you. That big, not big at all. No chunks. I just look like I have a chunk, but you can break it, and it's very small pieces, okay? So you're going to put this in with it. Put that in stir it up really well. Make sure your cubes are still absorbing in the water. And most likely, by the time you add your onions and your red pepper, the cubes are being already reserved, gone out of the water. Next, what I'm gonna put in is my faithful rice. I bought a small pack of rice, and it got in an instruction how to cook it on the stove and cook it in the microwave. I don't know which one you like, but either one. So, and at the it shows you right here, stove, microwave. You can read it. Don't take that long. I'm not gonna read it for you, but if you're gonna do it on the stove like I am, you're gonna boil 1.5 cups of water. Put in a tablespoon of oil, boil it, and then you'll let it boil for 20 minutes. Let it fluff up, and then your rice is put a cover on it, and then your rice is done. So the next thing I want to do is my rice. Pour it in. Make sure it's all in there, because at the bottom of the package you have some seasoning. So you want to make sure your seasoning's out of it. And you want to stir it up. Keep it stirring. Make sure all nick and creamy of the sauce is going into this. The next I'm going to put is a teaspoon or half of a teaspoon of oil. There you go. And from that last thing, the corn is going to go in a separate pot. And let that cook and put some butter in it. And you might want to put in the corn a tablespoon. That's it. That's all you need is a tablespoon. And always use unsalted butter, because you already put in flavor in your food.
Okay.
So now we're going to take our shish kebabs out of the oven. You see all that juice, ladies and gentlemen? Woo! You know that thing is ready and is ready to go on that stove to give you that grill feeling. So now we're going to make sure that our grill pan is on the highest heat, 6 to 8. 6 to 8, that's going to give you that smoky flavor, not taste, but flavor, like it's been on the grill. So what we're going to do is make sure our pan is hot. And you know it's hot because as soon as you put it in, oh, don't forget, make sure you spray some Pam, or have you ain't got no Pam, some oil in there so it won't stick. That's the key, not sticking. Don't want no sticky. And you're going to put one in there. vegetable. And while you're doing this, all them herbs and juices, so you're gonna let that cook for a second. And while you're letting it cook, it's just it's taking the grill mark on the grill. And while you're letting this cook, you want to make sure you keep turning it over and over. Now, if you was on a regular grill, you wouldn't have to do that. But because we're on a stove grill, we got to do that. Look at all the flavor, all the juiciness that's coming into this. And that is how you cook in Chef Erica's kitchen. Come back soon when we do a totally different dish to blow your mind, only for $20. See you next time, guests.